What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. I have some great stuff here, potentially talking about a $14 XRP price. Also, the most important date in the lawsuit coming up. I'm going to talk about that. And then I have a great video from the controller of the currency for the United States Treasury talking about XRP in the likes of Amazon. First, I want to lead with this graphic. Gary Gensler and Brad Garlinghouse. The SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior here will shock you. So pretty one-sided statements. Granted, Brad Garlinghouse is the CEO of Ripple, so he's obviously a little bit biased. But this is after they got the Hinman emails when SEC Director William Hinman said Ethereum was not a security. It's allegedly revealing a lot of big stuff. The public hasn't seen these documents yet, but I'm excited to see what they do have in the future. I have a great clip here. What would XRP be worth if the bad guys never showed up? Talking about potential XRP price point if this lawsuit never really happened, aka what the true value of XRP is, because we know this lawsuit is going to be over one way or another. It won't end Ripple and XRP, and the price will eventually reach where its utility scales to. If you guys want $40 guaranteed, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You can get up to $15,000 in free stocks. Typically, you just get 40 to 300 bucks, but you can get up to 15K just for signing up and depositing a penny. Sell the stocks, shut your account down, withdraw, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. So here's a chart from Crypto Bull. And if you guys use Twitter, tweet at me. I like to engage with the community on Twitter. I'm kind of getting used to it. XRP one-year chart is extremely bullish. After we bottomed in 2014, we made two higher lows before the price explosion in 2017. After we bottomed in 2020, we also made a higher low in 2021. And in 2022, suggesting we will see at least $14 in 2023. Now, I'm not saying anything that crazy, at least $14. $14 would be amazing. And if the lawsuit is super one-sided towards Ripple and you have all this retail FOMO and the bottom does turn out to be in a few quarters when the Fed starts to change interest rates and starts to pivot a bit, $14 would be crazy. But technical analysis is just a little bit of the piece of the puzzle, so we can't deduce too much from that. Now, I want to play this quick clip from what's his name? Brian Brooks, okay, talking about Ripple and Amazon.
And I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now that in crypto, a lot of the projects you see going on here are going to go to zero. But there are Amazon.coms in there somewhere, right? Things, you know, the major protocol layers, the significant network technologies, those are going to make it out here stronger than ever 2 years from now. But things are going to get shaken out now. The scams, the charlatans, the easy money guys, those people are going to get shaken out in the next 6 months, and you're starting to see that now.
And I think Ripple is in a position that I compare to Amazon circa 1997, where Amazon at those ages, which you and I will remember, it wasn't Amazon, it was Amazon Books. The name of the company was Amazon Books, and it competed with Borders and Barnes & Noble. Today, obviously, it does lots of things. I think of Ripple, our first vertical, the books is to...
So comparing Amazon to Ripple, keep in mind in the early days, people doubted Amazon. It wasn't the behemoth it is today. It even crashed 95 to 98% once. One of the best, stocks, one of the best historically performing stocks ever, crashed 98% during its early days. So it just goes to show that's the price you pay for upside and volatility. And this is the second part of the interview I played in the last clip between Black Swan Investor, he's like a digital asset researcher, and Peter Schiff, talking about the utility of XRP. Now, Peter Schiff is someone who's been pretty conservative as an investor. He's very much into precious metals, golds, and silver. But he really seems to understand the utility of XRP, and he doesn't say anything negative. I think you might find it interesting.
Based on the asset that's backing it up, not just based on hope and prayer that you think it has value.
Utility as well, and use case.
Right. Well, the
Solving a
question
problem.
is, though, right, if you just have a token that has utility, you have to measure that utility by the value that it's able to bring me. So if, for example, I can put my gold token on Ripple, and that increases the functionality of my token. It makes it easier for me to spend it or to earn it because it lowers the transaction costs,
the time,
and it increases the speed, then yes, there's a value there. How much, it's hard to say, but yes, you know, and you can measure.
That's what XRP is doing. It's acting as a neutral bridge currency to move value, kind of how we send pictures and emails through the internet, moving information.
Yeah, I know that.
Focused on moving value.
Where XRP stands now on, you know, because isn't that one of the tokens that the SEC said was a security? And I know it's been wrapped up in litigation.
They did that with Uber when they were disrupting the taxi business. They did it with Tesla when they were disrupting oil and cars, and same thing with the internet. You know how the SEC is, Peter. Any innovation or technology disrupting a sector, they'll come after you. They try to regulate it, then they control it, and then they adapt it. So they're disrupting the financial system on the back end, based on our research. So yeah, we wanted to get your opinion on that because
yeah,
that's what's
I don't
happening.
know enough about the functionality of Ripple to know whether or not it ultimately is going to add some value to these type of transactions, and then how much value it would add, and therefore what would a token be worth.
So he correlates the value of the token being worth how much value the token provides. In this case, faster, cheaper transactions, right? Scalable cross-border payments. Business is all about money. Banks are the business of money. If there's a solution to a problem and it can save them time and money, on-demand liquidity, I think that's going to be a pretty easy sale. And the next date, the really big date, is January 30th, okay? Essentially what's going on with the lawsuit right now, from John Deaton, he breaks it down. The January 30th hearing, it regards library.com. This is like a YouTube competitor. Their lawsuit is very similar to Ripple's. It was about an unregistered securities offering. And essentially the SEC is seeking this legal term, disgorgement from a non-party. And he breaks it down in kind of normal speak right down here. The proposed language could theoretically allow the SEC to reach into the secondary market and prevent transactions from people who are only users of the platform who never acquired LBC for investment reasons. So I think you could deduce from this, in the case of Ripple, all secondary transactions on the secondary market could still be deemed to be securities offerings, even if we never intentionally acquired them for investment purposes. So January 30th, that's going to be a date to watch out. Comment below, guys, January 30th, if you're still watching the video, you made it to the end. I appreciate all the loyal supporters, and until next time.